what did he do on Christmas? 50. Just wrap it up and put a bow on it. So what is he going to do this time? Coming off of 50, Mavs and Cavs. That rhymes. No Donovan Mitchell for the Cavs, out for his 4th straight game. He is sick. It's okay for the Mavs, though, because they still have Luka. Luka, hot start, just picking up where he left off, beating Jarrett Allen. One-on-one, Karis LeVert, easy. Second game this season with 20 points in the first quarter. The other one happened December the 16th. For the record, the rest of the NBA has 2. Mavs up 13. It's comfortable. That no look is ridiculous. It looked like he was going for the layup. No, instead gets it to Seth Curry. Curry makes the 3. The Mavs led by 12 at the end of 1. In the second, much of the same. Mavs up 9. Luka. I'm going to do it all by myself, little toddler style. 29 points for Luka in the first half. The Mavs 15-point lead at the break. In the third, more Luka. 34 points for Luka through 3. Mavs up 8, but this, like I said, this game is now getting closer. And in the fourth, Mavs up 5. Doncic, that pass, not great. Max Strus, this is good, not easy, makes it look a little better. Mavs down 3, down 1, give them the lead. Karis LeVert, how about that 3? He had 29. They were down as many as 20. But the Mavs have the answer, and of course it comes from Luka. Luka, big 3. Down 6, cut it to 3. Luka had 39 points. But with 10 seconds to go, Dallas is still down 3. Doncic trapped, because that's what you're going to try to do. Seth Curry, he gets the ball. Blocked. Max Strus, crucial defense down the stretch, clutch defense, and that's going to seal it for the Cavs. Cavs frustrate Doncic despite the fact that he had 39 points. Give the Cavs the win, 113-110.
You know, Nicole, right behind Doncic in the NBA scoring race is that guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a bunch of guys averaging over 30. In the old days, like the guy that averaged 30 would win the scoring title. Now it's just all over the place, as was Gilgeous-Alexander. 19 in the first half. It's not as good as the Luka 20-point quarter, but that's still pretty impressive. Thunder lead by 9 at the break over the Knicks, who, much like Luka, had a pretty good Christmas Day outing. Here's Julius Randle. Knicks down 2 after he would complete the 3-point play. Randle finished with 25, and the Knicks on the road tie it against one of the best in the West. Gilgeous-Alexander, 36, 8, and 7. He's the engine that makes him go, but the really underrated player on this team is Jalen Williams. Second-year guy to Santa Clara, wasn't a big-time college prospect, and because the Thunder fly under the radar, nobody's talking about him. He has played great basketball. Watch out for him down the stretch. And then, little defense from Chet Holmgren. He's the guy in the Thunder that's getting all the attention. So Williams can't get any, but Holmgren could be there for Rookie of the Year. Second year, but his first year playing. Gilgeous-Alexander had 17 in the fourth, and the NBA's best young core continues to roll, 129-120. As I mentioned, they are led by SGA. Most games with 30 on 55% from the field in the long, illustrious history of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's still impressive.
Don't say that in some circles.
Right, not in Seattle. If you're watching, we apologize. Dale Ellis did make the list there for the Sonics, but he's closing in on KD.
Back to the NBA, and the Brooklyn Nets are back home, just back from a 5-game road trip. So they rested 3 starters to play the Bucks. Dennis Smith Jr., some moves, throwing down that dunk over Brook Lopez. Nets bench loves that. The Bucks bench would later have their own thing. Bucks still up 6, though, at that point. Bucks only up 2, make it 4. Damian Lillard, that connection with Giannis. Then Giannis forcing the steal there, and then they turn some defense into offense, courtesy of Giannis, and then his brother, like I said. I think that's his role. Just be my hype man. Dirk White, rejected now by Giannis. This game was really relatively close until late in the third, and then early in the fourth, the Bucks pulled away. Bobby Portis Jr., 14 points off the bench. He did play 31 minutes, and then Giannis basically did it all, because he had 32 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and then throw in 2 blocks. Bucks win 144-122. Not back. Joel Embiid for the Sixers, out again. He has that sprained right ankle. He's missed the last 2 games. Bad news for the Sixers against the Magic. Philly hasn't won without him. They're also averaging 12 points fewer per game. Good news for the Sixers, they got that man. Here's Maxey. He's pretty good. That finish, rather insane. Not done. Another and one. Maxey had 12 points in the second quarter, 14 in the first half. The Sixers had a 52-46 lead going into the break. Now, spoiler alert, there was more Maxey again in the third. Maxey blowing by the defenders. It's all part of a 9-0 run. He made the free throw. He also had 23 points and 6 rebounds. Just like take a step back. Just enjoy. Soak it all in. Philly up 9 going into the fourth, and then up 11 trying to close this out. Why not? Dagger, Maxey in the corner with the dagger. Sixers get their first win this season without Embiid. Man's got handles. 112-92. The point differential has been an interesting one because the Sixers handed the Magic their largest home loss of the season. They now have a plus 331 point differential through 30 games. That's the second most through 30 games of a season in franchise history. The only season they had more was in 66-67. Want to know what happened that year, Zubin?
Tell me.
They won the championship.
All right, Nicole, more hoops. Of the 30 active NBA franchises, there are 8 that have never won the title. The Suns are by far the most accomplished. They've been in the NBA 56 years, been in the playoffs 32 times, 3 appearances in the NBA Finals, and they've had some of the best players of their respective eras leading the way. Though at the end, no Larry O'Briens. That was supposed to change this regular season and beyond. The franchise got much-needed new ownership, eager to spend and win. Durant got a new head coach and a new big 3 with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Though Woj is now reporting KD is frustrated and wants to see major improvement immediately. Why is that? Well, despite all that talent, the Suns enter the night in last place in their division. And under 500 to boot, Nicole. Who could have thought? Taking on the Rockets, who have actually exceeded anyone's expectations. They've been as good as the Suns have been bad. Gotta hook it up with Eric Gordon. Remember, this is Gordon's first game back in Houston after spending more than 7 years there, and KD got him the rock early. This is a great moment, kind of a homecoming for Gordon. Often not talked about, Nicole, right? Because, we just mentioned the big 3 with Booker and Beal and Durant, but he really played a huge part in this game. Maybe this was a spotlight game. We're going to get you the ball. We know what this organization and city's meant to you. 21 in the first half, and for once the Suns are laughing because this is going to be a laugher. They've lost 3 in a row. Durant, that was his 16th dime of the night to Gordon, who finished at 27. This is Phoenix's first road win in over a month. This is how you know he's frustrated. He's just happy to be talking about a victory.
Regardless of how many games we play in the season, what our expectations are at the end of the season, just getting a win, sometimes you can take that for granted, so I'm excited about the W tonight. I know I'm a scorer, and people look at me, like I said this last game, that I'm just a scorer. That's the only thing people know me as, is just a scorer. But I got intangibles, a good teammate. I can do other things on the basketball court. I think I took one shot and like halfway through the first half, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like I was into the game because I was getting rebounds, getting deflections. There for my teammates, we were all communicating. So it's not always about the buckets I get. And you see how I came back around later in the game.
I think everybody's always thought he was an awesome, well-rounded player.
It's an imaginary chip on his shoulder.
Whatever it takes, Durant became the first player age 35 or older to record 25, 15, and 10 boards in a game in NBA history. Those 16 assists, clearly what he was talking about there in the post-game press conference.